Hello, we're going to go through the equation of a circle in this video. So it's x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. And the squareds on these are very important, and so are the minus signs in here. And we'll get to all that in just a second, but let me explain what h, k, and r stand for. Okay, we're doing a circle here. So r, just like we've always talked about before, a radius, okay? You should know this from the circumference of a circle, area of a circle. Y'all have worked with those before. Now, H and K, okay? These deal with the center of a circle, because what we're really using this equation for is to be able to graph a circle on the coordinate plane. So H, that is the x coordinate of the center of your circle, and K is the y coordinate of the center of your circle. All right, so we're going to go on ahead, we're going to jump down, and we will go through some practice problems. So basically, as long as you know this equation up here, then you should be able to figure out any circle problem you come across. So first one, it's x squared plus y squared equals 25, okay? So x squared plus y squared, you don't see the whole, like, you know, x minus h, y minus k, all that thing, right? Really what's going on here, it's x minus 0 squared plus y minus 0 squared, and it's still r squared, okay? So x minus 0, y minus 0. Like, you're not going to go and write down x minus 0. You're just going to say x, okay? Because x minus 0 is just x. So when you see this, you automatically know your center is at 0, 0. So it's at the origin. So our center is 0, 0, which is right here at the origin. Okay, now 25, that's r squared, all right? So r squared is 25. So in order to find r, we have to do the square root. And what is the square root of 25? It is 5. So we've got that there. And then we'll go on ahead and we will plot around here. Now r is 5. Okay, so we're going to go through and we're just going to plot our radius on the x-axis and the y-axis, okay, in like 4 directions from here. Because, I mean, you can do this, you know, like going at a diagonal, you know, and find out, because really what a circle is, it's just a bunch of right triangles going through, and your hypotenuse on them, your hypotenuse serves as the radius, and they would all have to be 5. So you would have to like calculate a whole bunch of times and get a bunch of different points. So it's just easiest when you're just trying to get like a rough sketch, is to just go in the 4 directions and plot there. So we go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, go up 5, okay, to the left 5, and then down 5. And then just kind of, you know, connect it in a curve. Like I said, you can calculate it more precisely if you like, but you don't have to. All right, so there is my lovely, beautiful circle. Okay, next one. We have x squared plus y minus 1 squared equals 16. Okay, again, automatically, I know this is really, it's x minus 0 squared, so my center, the x coordinate is 0. Okay, and then now I go over here, y minus 1 squared, okay, y minus 1. So 1 is my k, so my center is at 0, 1. And then 16, that's r squared. So to get just r, I have to take the square root. So r is going to be 4. So I go here, center is at 0, 1. So 0 in the x direction, but I go 1 in the y direction. And then now my radius is 4. So I start at my center and I count up 4 in each of those 4 main directions. So go up 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go down 1, 2, 3, 4. And to the left 1, 2, 3, 4. And then just draw from there. Okay, and like I said, you know, we can do a more precise graph if you want to actually calculate a bunch of different right triangles that have a hypotenuse of 4, but it's not necessary for right now. Okay, next thing. We will have the center at 411 and then a radius of 1. So they're giving us the center and the radius, and they want us to write the equation. So center. This is H. This is K. So we will go on ahead. It's X minus, and then H, so minus 4 squared plus Y minus K, which is 11 squared. And then it's got to be equal to R squared. So X minus 4 squared, K plus Y minus 11 squared equals 1 squared. Well, it's just going to be 1. So it's X minus 4 squared plus Y minus 11 squared equals, and then 1 squared is just 1. So there is your equation. Okay, and then I'm actually going to do one other little problem right now. I'm going to call it 3b. Okay, let's say that it is at, our center is going to be at -4, -11, and then our radius would be like 7. Okay, so here we have X minus -4 squared, okay, and you actually have to do minus the -4, okay, and then we do Y minus -11 squared, and then we have to do 7 squared because it's R squared. Okay, the reason why I did this is because the formula, it is X minus and then whatever H is, whether it's positive or negative. So now we have to actually go and just clean these up. X minus -4 becomes X plus 4. And then Y minus -11 becomes Y plus 11. And then 7 squared, we get 49. So just be careful with that. The formula, it is X minus H. And so when your H is negative or when your K is negative, in the center, you're going to actually get that you're adding. Okay. Next thing here, number 4, it says find the equation. So first thing, find the center of your circle. It's right here. And we will get that. So our center is at -3. Okay, -3 in the X direction, and then 1 in the Y direction. So -3 is H, and 1 is K. And then now to get the radius, all you have to do is count. And you have to be careful here. If you notice the scale, in these boxes, they're counting by 0.5. So here's 0.5 and there's 1. So this is 1, okay? So our radius is 1. And now we will write the equation. X minus -3 squared plus Y minus 1 squared equals to 1 squared. Now just clean it up. X minus -3 is X plus 3 squared plus, and then Y minus 1 is going to stay the same. And then 1 squared is just 1. So there we go. All right, now the last thing is telling if a point lies inside, on, or outside a circle. So let me kind of just draw a picture here of what's really going on in a circle, okay? A circle is just, like I said, you've got, okay, a circle here, and it's really just a whole bunch of right triangles, okay, that all have the same length hypotenuse. So you can do one going this way, we'd have one that looks similar going this way, okay? And the hypotenuse, those are the radii, okay, the radius of the circle. So it's just kind of going around all this. So if a point is actually on the circle, then its radius is equal to whatever the radius of the circle is here. But if it's outside, then it would have like a bigger radius. If it's inside, it's gonna have a smaller radius. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the points that they give us, and we're gonna plug them into the equation for the circle. And then we're gonna see if the two sides are equal, if one side's greater than, or if one side is smaller. And that'll make a little more sense once I plug in. So we have, it says, does the point negative 2, 2 lie on the circle whose center is 3, 1, and whose radius is 7? Okay, we need the center and the radius. So we have x minus 3 squared plus y minus 1 squared. And then we have to do r squared, so 7 squared, so that's 49. Okay, now we're gonna plug in, and we're gonna see, okay, if I plug in negative 2, 2 to x and y, am I gonna get out 49? If I get out 49, that means that it's equal, means that it's on, okay? If I get something, if I get over here on this side, the left-hand side, if I get that it's bigger, that means it's gonna be outside. If I get that this left-hand side is smaller, then that means it's going to be inside. So I will plug in. We have negative 2 minus 3 squared plus, and then what is the y here? It's 2 minus 1 squared. We have to see if that's equal to 49. So negative 2 minus 3, that's negative 5. So we have negative 5, but we're squaring it. So it's 25. And then 2 minus 1 is 1, but then 1 squared is just 1. 25 plus 1 is 26. Okay, so right now they're asking us just, is this point on the circle? Well, 26 is not equal to 49, so it is not. It is not on the circle. So if you get something that is not equal, whether it's bigger or smaller, then that means it's not on the circle. If we did get 49 over here, then it would actually be on the circle. So now let's come over here. It says, does the point 4, 2 lie inside, outside, or on the circle with the equation x minus 4 squared plus y minus 4 squared equals 4? All right, just plug in. 4 minus 4 squared plus 2 minus 4 squared equals 4. Okay, 4 minus 4, that's 0 squared. And then 2 minus 4, 2 minus 4 is negative 2 squared equals 4. So here, 0 squared is 0, negative 2 squared is 4. 4 equals to 4, so it is on the circle. Last one. It says, given the equation of the circle x plus 3 squared plus y minus 4 squared equals 144, does the point 4, negative 9 lie inside, on, or outside the circle? Again, just plug it in and we'll see. So 4 plus 3 squared plus negative 9 minus 4 squared equals 144. Okay, 4 plus 3, that's 7. 7 squared is 49. And then 9 plus 4, because it's negative 9 minus 4, so we're adding, that's 13. And 13 squared is 169. And if you add these, you get 218, 144. They're clearly not equal, so now you have to see. This number is greater than what the radius squared is, so it's going to lie outside. So essentially, if you have something that's greater than r squared, it's outside. If you get something and it's less than r squared, then it's inside. And if you get something that's equal to r squared, then it is on the circle. So that's the summary when you plug in. So when you get these problems, just take the equation of the circle that you would get using the center and the radius, plug in the point that they give you, the one that they're asking you to check, and then go by this chart. If you get something bigger than r squared, it's outside. Less than, it's inside. Equal to r squared, it's actually on the circle. So that's it for the equation of a circle.